Well, hello there, everybody. Let me move this out of the way. Where does it go there? Does that work? Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. Now, let's move it this way. Do you know what? It doesn't matter if it's in the shot, right? Oh no, it's broken. Well, as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. This is exciting because if this is all working and people can hear me and see me, I'm back in the studio. No, that can't be there because it's in the way of my thing. Let's put it there instead. That should work. Good. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is exciting. We're back in the office for the first time in a while. It's been a few weeks. For one reason or another, I was either on holiday or ill. I got COVID, and my daughter had it. There's plenty of reasons why, but we're back in the office. Now, you may be asking, prove that you're in the office. Well, firstly, I can't really. You may also be asking, well, where is everybody? That is also a valid question. And I would answer that by saying, everyone's really busy. It is literally just me on today's stream, I'm afraid, so you're stuck with me. But that's all good. It's busy part of the milestone. People are working on all these kind of cool new stuff, which I will come on to later. I've got some very cool things to show regarding a particular resource radar block, but more on that in a minute. So today's stream, I will be, it's a mod review, as you can see, right by my face. Today we're going to be looking at some of the really cool mods that have been uploaded to the Steam Workshop. There's a couple of new ones, and one particularly cool one by FLSOS, which I will showcase in a minute. Lovely. So firstly, how is everybody? I hope everyone's well. It's got really warm in London. At least it is in where I'm streaming. It's really, really warm. I think that might be for the fact that I'm on the top floor of the building, and obviously by thermodynamics or some other science, heat rises. I don't know if you knew this. And so it's really hot, really, really hot. And the aircon unit, which is just here, you can't really see it. Well, you can't see it at all. Doesn't work. It's not turning on. So I'm really warm. And to make things worse, I have a lovely hot cup of coffee. So that'll keep me nice and refreshed for the stream. Lovely. Right, so what was I talking about? Just stuff. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at some of the cool mods that are on the Steam Workshop. But firstly, let's look at something. You may remember a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that we will be looking at refactoring or repurposing the resource radar block. I'll tell you a bit of the history about the resource radar block. Taiwan's very nice, yeah, man. I mean, London isn't really a scratch on Taiwan, so I feel you a little bit. But the resource radar block, let's talk about that. So that is a block that has been in the game from a very, very early stage. It was a block that was added when things like crafting AI or mining AI was a thing. So when you could set your AI text to go and mine for you and get all that stuff. It was implemented as a sort of a nice little feature that allowed you to find resource radars, and it worked. Well, I don't know if it's ever worked actually, but the functionality was that you could set your AI text to go and find these resource nodes that you could see on your radar. At least that was the idea. Now we implemented a placeholder block for it, which is effectively it's a block that does nothing. It looks like it should do something, but doesn't do anything. And then as the game evolved, things like the mining AI were removed, which kind of put the resource radar into a bit of this sort of holding pattern, where we weren't really able to do much with it. However, the principle is still quite interesting. The idea that you could see where the resource nodes are on your radar, on your minimap, we think is actually really useful and quite an interesting feature. So we've taken a look at it. Now, there is a strong caveat to everything that I'm about to say, in that this is very much a work in progress state. It's called a prototype for a reason. I can guarantee that if it ever comes into the actual game, it won't look anything like it looks like now. We're just in the prototyping stage, which means that we're just seeing if technically it can work. And so far the signs are good. But it'd be good to get people's opinions on where we are up to with it so far. That's kind of why I wanted to show you guys and girls what it is and how it currently looks, and if we're happy with it, if there's anything you'd like to see added, or just generally kind of your general opinions on it. It's a good idea. We are community-driven developers, and we like to get your opinions on stuff, so we can make it better. So without further ado, let me show you what these... So basically, what I'm going to show you now is there's 3 images, there's 3 still images, and 1 quick video of how the prototype of the resource radar is working at the minute. Now, this is in a version of the game that isn't... I can't even play it. It's in a version that isn't easily accessible to me right now. But I just wanted to show you what it's doing. So firstly, this is how, in theory, it should look. Now again, this is a full caveat, this is a very, very, very rough mock-up of how the resource radar would look. You can see the icons, that's not how they would ever look because that's all very busy. We've just sort of used the generic sprite icons for the resources, but you can see, you get a good idea. These are where the resources are. You can't really see it on the screen, can you? But if you look in the map, you get a good idea, and that's kind of how we kind of want it to work, right? This is the lowest... or the what's it called? It's called a minimum viable product, which is a really gamery way of saying, or a really fancy way of saying, does it work? Yes, good. So as you can see on the radar, you can see your resources. Now again, let me reiterate, this is still a work in progress. But what we've seen so far, it looks good. It looks like you can see on the liftoff tech there isn't even a new block. There's literally no block. We are seeing if the functionality will work, and it looks like it should do. So again, what do people think of this? Would this be a useful block for you to have in the game? I think yes. I think that's an obvious question. Sharmoni says, trees are overkill as you can see them easily. That is a good point. So I think the idea being... Oh, that's a good point actually, yeah, Sharmoni. So the idea would be you'd have a radial menu, so you could filter and you could find particular types of particular types of resources. Sorry, I'm shaking my desk, so my camera's shaking. But yeah, you could filter, and you could then filter what types of minerals you want. So maybe a resource radar, maybe a mineral radar would be more accurate. I think you can still filter the trees, so you still might notice. Oh, you are right. You are very correct. Trees are very obvious, especially when you're flying. But maybe if you're not flying, maybe if you're on the ground, and you're in the desert, for example, so that desert biome, it's quite sparse. Or even the salt flats. Even the salt flats, there's nothing in the salt flats. It's a bit barren. It's a bit sparse. You might want to, see what else is out there. So I think having a filter, a block, you right click on the radial menu and you can filter what kind of blocks you want. Is there a need to display every single resource? Just one in representing a large radius would be more than enough, I think. Yes, that's a really good point. So you can see, obviously, with the tree sort of option, that there's it's just a lot of clutter, and this is our main concern of doing it this way. This is the screenshot. It just clutters up your mini map. Now those icons are obviously subject to change. What we can do is just have them represented as little dots, little coloured dots, so it's a lot less. Radar can show more detail. Yeah, exactly. The little dots can reflect the colour of the of the resource that you're trying to find. I like that idea. I think it's a lot more refined. It's a lot less intrusive, and then it can even go under. So imagine if you're in for those Photoshop enthusiasts. Imagine it was a layer. It'd be a layer that goes underneath the actual icons for your text and all the other sort of things that are on your. So it'd be like you'd have a lower priority. I think that would be really nice. I think. What else do I think? I just think it's a really cool block that adds a lot of sort of functionality, and it would only work on the 2 blacks. Though, that is a good point. I don't know. There's other ways that you can basically. I'm trying to say there's other ways that you can represent resources on the radar without it having to be the resource sprite, if that makes sense. So. Grentonville says, what if instead of showing every single resource that I have in the minimap, you show instead a big icon indicating the clutter resources? Exactly, that's what that's exactly what Darwin mentioned as well. So you could do that as well. That is another option, is that you can it kind of clusters them together. So the bigger the icon, the higher volume or the higher intensity there is of nodes in that particular area. That is a very good idea. So I think we're at the point with the resource radar where we kind of think that it can work, but obviously you can see that there are screenshots that prove that it can work. We just kind of want to know how to best implement it now. I think that's really important, and these are all really, really good ideas. Sebi says I don't have audio. What is Matt talking about? Yeah, it's a resource radar. Someone tell Sebi we're talking about the resource radar on Twitch. Anyway, I have a quick video, so I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to shut up while the video plays. So it's going to hopefully come over the top of what I'm showing you now. But this is a quick video that sort of showcases you what's what. So right now it's showing, and we're sort of changing between. So this was captured in the editor. This was captured in Unity by Django. One of our fancy pants coders, and you can see them switching now between different types of resources. I'm going to put my neck out there and say that I don't think that's intrusive at all. I think actually, you know, if they're so faint that if that was underneath different icons, okay, it's finished. If that was underneath the icons that represent your techs and your factories and your bases and stuff, I think that's not really that intrusive. And you can turn it off. You know, there's nothing to say that it has to be there permanently. You can, you know, you should be able to just go onto the radial menu and switch it off if you don't want it there. So it can show trees and rock. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. It shows trees. It can show trees. It can show rocks. It can show. I'll show the video again. Okay, here we go. So let me show again. So this is again. Let me reiterate. This is captured in Unity. So when you see the mouse go off the screen, that's going into one of the debug menus. So it's able to deselect the it's able to select different resources. You can see it changing again. Now my question is, would you like to have more than one resource tracked on your radar at a time, or would you be okay with just one? That's a big question. Do you want more than one or just one? Because having more than one, it's going to get cluttered. It's going to get really messy. Yep, TerraTech is a Unity baby. Lovely, right, cool. Well, I'm glad I showed that. That was really fun. Sharmoni would like more than one. But yeah, I think fundamentally, one of the big things that we were scared of was, like I said, was that it would just cluster up your mini-map. Options to choose both. Thanks everybody. Okay, cool. Well, I will make sure to pass all of those useful bits of information on. That's awesome. And again, let me reiterate, if you're rewatching this on YouTube or on Twitch, what you've just seen with the Resource Radar is work in progress. It's a prototype. It definitely won't be in game if it ever makes it into the game. There is a strong possibility that we think, no, we don't like it, let's not do it. There is a strong possibility that happens, so I need to caveat everything with what I've just said, that if it does go into the game, which it might not, it won't look anything like what you've just seen. There will be a block attached, there will be lots of cool stuff. Charmaine says probably 3 would be enough. Okay. Are there other new blocks being made? Yes. So I'm not going to spoil anything because I'm going to save that for a new stuff stream. I do love a new stuff stream. When I have a version that has all that stuff in, I can showcase that. What corp will it be? That is a very important question, Titanfall 2 Titan Maker. How about we put it to a vote? I'm going to put it to a vote. Straw poll. Now this didn't work last time when we were on stream. What corp should the resource radar belong to? Option 1, GSO. Option 2, Geo Corp. I suppose it makes sense for Geocorp the most. Geocorp or Venture or Hawkeye or Better Future or Research. create this poll. Now I'm going to share this link in chat. If you go vote on the poll, I'm going to vote for, who would I vote for? Okay, cool. Right, we're getting votes in. That's good. So this straw poll is working. Charmaine is saying it should be GSO so you can use it early. That is a good point. However, I feel like this is a bit too. That's a bit too much utility for it to be too early. You want to sort of. I think this could be a mid to late game block. Is my take. It has a lot. It has almost too much use. You get too much out of it in early game because you could then just go and find the resources that you wanted to find. I feel like you should be a bit more comfortable with the game by the time you get this block. So far there are 9 votes for Geocorp. Grentonville says, I'm thinking about Reticule to not use early. Yes, good point. So Reticule Research would be a good fit. But maybe like grade 2 Geocorp would be a nice fit. Well, I can say overwhelmingly 75% of the vote Geocorp. Yeah, Geocorp would be a good shout. Well, that's interesting. I've learned a lot, and I'm glad that my straw poll worked this time. It didn't work last time we tried it. Alright, well, I'll leave that open until the end of the stream. I'll come back to that. Remind me, chat. Remind me at the end of the stream to check the poll, because I want to know what people think. But I think Geocorp makes some sense. Right. Anyway, enough of me jibber jabbering. Let's take a look at some really cool mods. So first up, I'm going to show you. So there's really just 3 mods. There's one from Darwin. There's one from somebody whose name I can't remember. Let me read. Someone from Fragile. Another one from someone called Fragile, and one from FL Soz. So the first 2, I will take a look at now. Now the first one is by Darwin, and they've done a really, really, really fun idea for creating new blocks. I've shared the link in chat, so go check it out. Hey Smallstock, welcome to the stream. This is a community research grant that Darwin is running. Now basically, if you follow that link that I've just shared in chat, I'll just read the description. It says, this mod pack contains blocks suggested by the community via the community research grant awarded by the DMS. The DMS is a faction that Darwin has created them for themselves in Hawkeye. The first grant was awarded to Mac from Halo franchise with 7 votes. Now I played Halo, and I don't recognise this weapon. But basically, it's a weapon. It's only 1 in a minute. But what I like about this is it's community-driven mod development, which is like a branch of what we do, and I wholeheartedly appreciate this. This is really, really cool. Darwin's absolutely. Oh, they have a winner. Darwin has a winner for the second chapter. Let me know, Darwin. Can we leak that on the stream? Can we make that a big announcement? So far there is 1 winner from chapter 1. I'm not showing it, am I? I'm not showing it. Let me just show it off, and I'll talk about it while I'm showing it off. So it's a weapon. It is this thing. Okay. Ignore the skin. Ignore the skin. I need to change that back. But let me. Will it pop on here? No. Right. Let me put a anchor down. Here. And then, don't worry, I'm going to reskin it. I'm going to put it into the Falcon Mecha skin because I really like this skin. Okay, that's quite obnoxious. That isn't the effect that I think we were going for, but if anything, it looks wicked. Darwin will whisper me on Discord. Yes, please do, Darwin. I love a good whisper. Oh, okay, right. Darwin's given me some insight into what the next block will be as part of the community grant. What was it called? Yeah, community research grant. Man, it's so cool, Darwin. That's a really, really cool idea, dude. I'm fully on board with that. Let me put a cab on that doesn't want to go upside down. Or maybe I'll just do this. Right, cool. Right. So this. And I don't have much information about this. I know Darwin is in chat. This is all I know is that this is apparently the MAC from the Halo franchise, or the map from the Halo franchise. I don't recognise this myself. Now in the Falcon Mecha skin, this thing looks bussin'. Let me check. I'm gonna actually Google this. Mac Halo. Whoops. Oh, it's the magnetic accelerator cannon. Oh, this is amazing. Again, I don't really know what... I don't recognise where this is, but it looks amazing. It's a coil gun. Oh. Let me show what this... Let me see if I can just show this on stream quickly. Alright, enjoy the pictures of... enjoy the video of the resource radar one more time. I just need to add an image here, 1 second. And then let me get rid of that. Ugh. Hang on, what's happened here? It's broken. Everything's broken. Why have you got so big? Go away. Oh. Never mind. Anyway, it's an MAC from Halo. Let me get back to the game. So it's a magnetic accelerator cannon. It looks amazing, and it's actually pretty true to the original. I was going to try and show an image on stream, but it was taking too long to load. But go and Google it. Go and Google the MAC or magnetic accelerator cannon from Halo, and it's a pretty accurate representation to be fair. Now let's see what happens when we press fire. The game crashes. Good. Good, good, good. Good. I love it when that happens. Let me switch back to this and load into TerraTech one more time. Oh. Okay, Darwin's got my back. Darwin says that they were also not familiar with this thing before people started to recommend it. Okay, cool. I'm not going to fire it again. And people ask why I don't like mods. No, I don't. It's not that I don't like mods. I do have Notera Steam. I should have Notera Steam. Yeah, I am subscribed to Notera Steam. Do I have that in there? Come on, TerraTech. Let's play the game. Well, the game's loading again in the background, so there's a few mods to load in. Yeah, I do have Notera Steam. Don't know why that happened. It happens, but I'm not going to press fire again because I don't want to have to crash the game. I don't want the game to crash again. Right. So I'm glad we got that out of the way. I now know not to press the fire button on that. So let's load back into R&D Labs. We'll take another look at it. But this is, well, this is only one block. It is only one block for this particular mod pack. The idea that Darwin has got of it being a community-made, community-generated, community-led mod pack is genius, and I fully endorse it. Darwin, if you wanted to sort of run a Patreon or something like that, just let me know, and we can give you some promo for that, because this needs more attention. I could just promote it. Let me just do that. I could just do that. All right, let's pop the cab back on. Oops. I mean, I know it looks pretty sick in the vanilla Hawkeye skin, but I'm gonna just put it back into the Mecha Falcon skin because it just looks wicked. Actually, let me see what it looks like in the other skins as well. So we've got Shogun. Oh no, Shogun is my favourite. Oh, it looks so nice. I almost pressed spacebar. I almost crashed the game again. I'm not going to risk it. Darwin, man, top work. What a guy. Super. So there you go. Go check out Darwin's mod. Cool and nice. Go check it out. What's the vote at? Okay, so it's overwhelmingly Geocorp. I think it's safe to say the resource radar should belong to Geocorp. So I will forward that detail on to the team if or when we get around to adding the resource radar block. This color is nice. This color is cool. This color is nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Nice. So let's move on. So there's one more mod that I want to show. Well, technically there's two, but one of them's already running, and I wanted to know if anyone notices. So let me pop this down here. Now you may have already had a sneak peek of this one. This is called the Camouflage Skin Pack. This is by... Who made this one? This is called the Camouflage Skin. It's by Fragile. So this is Fragile's tech. This is actually a really nice looking... really fun looking sort of supercar. It's got some boosters. Does a lot of cool stuff. My mouse is getting sticky. It's annoying. But it's a bit of a mishmash of Hawkeye and Venture, and obviously some Better Future stuff going on at the back as well. Oh, nice! I actually didn't know it did that. If you hold down spacebar, it goes into a little jacked up section. Now, what I'm going to do is apply their skin. So this is the camouflage skin for their tech. So I'm going to, on Hawkeye, so I'm going to apply this. And then I'm going to apply the Venture skin. And I'm going to apply it to Better Future as well. There you go. So this is the camouflage skin. Now, this is, I'm guessing, I don't want to be rude, because I appreciate there was a lot of effort that went into this. I'm guessing this is their first type of skin mod that they've made, because there's a lot of there's a lot of stretched textures. However, for a first shot, this is really fun. This is the skin that I'm referencing. Go check it out on the Steam Workshop. It looks like a camouflage car. Exactly. That's what it is. So what they've done is they've just basically pasted their logo, this camouflage logo, over the textures. It's a bit, it's a bit slapdash, it's a bit haphazard, but they've tried, man, and that's all that matters. And the result is a car that looks like this. UV mapping is stretched in many corporations. Exactly. Sharmoni makes a good point. UV mapping is stretched in many corps, so it is nice. Gak on the YouTube says it's nice. I think it's cool. Actually, I think this is cool. It's nice, but it's also cool. Come up with more words. I need to expand my vocab, man. Right. It looks handsome. Thank you, XGXDX. It looks handsome. Positive vibes for this, everybody. But what I'm trying to get across is this is just one skin, and it's across all corps. So someone has taken the time to apply this, to make this skin. They've downloaded their mod pack. They've taken the time. They've created the skin textures in Photoshop or whatever software, and they've uploaded to the Steam Workshop. They've put themselves out there, and while it's, and we can all be honest, it's not perfect, but it's a starting point. Give them feedback. Head over to give them constructive feedback, and I will be monitoring these. I do monitor these, by the way. If anyone goes in and starts being mean about these things, you're gone, and I mean that. I'm not even joking. So be nice, be constructive. Let's just see them jacked up again. Oh, that's really funny. Cool. So I just want to show that off. It does look like a present. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like someone's wrapped it up and it's just waiting to be opened on Christmas Day or somebody's birthday. How fast is the car? Let's find out. 133, 135. I think it maxes out 134. Yeah, we're running out of boost already. Man, that is quick. A quick little boost. 133, I think, was when I saw it. Fire it. Interesting that it still runs when it's being jacked up, but those weapons do not like it. Okay, right. That's everything that I wanted. That's really it. I want to show from so streamlined, exactly. That's everything that I want to show from this mod pack. Now, there is one more mod pack that I've had running in the background since I started running the game, and that is this mod. So I'm going to share this in the chat, so go check this out. This is the community patch by one of our more prominent modders by the name of FL Soz. And what they've done is they've taken a mod from unofficial modding and implemented it onto the Steam Workshop. It uses something called Harmony, which I'm not familiar with. It's also on our Steam Workshop as a separate mod that you need to subscribe to. But it uses something called Harmony, and it basically allows you to patch in unofficial mods into the game. And one of those, and this is very appreciated. So basically, this is why you haven't noticed it is because these aren't. What this mod contains isn't necessarily there's no blocks, there's nothing like super fancy, although it is on a different level. Yes, Darwin, I did get your DM on Discord. I will come to that in a minute. What this does is, now let me show you because this should now work. I'm gonna load in this. One of the main, so this basically has four key features to this mod. The first one, it includes a fix for the venture prop noise that Legionite has made. It includes a spread fix, so the spread of your fire has been fixed, well not fixed but altered. I'll come on to each of these individually in a minute. There's another one that I'm not too familiar with. However, the last one is it includes a patch to TerraTech Steam Workshop loading process to attempt to remove the 50 mod cap. Right? These are all things that aren't ostensibly obvious, and actually a lot. This is basically game dev in a nutshell. Is a lot of the stuff that you see in the game. There's a lot more happening behind the scenes, and this mod just goes to show this. So the first one I'll show off is there's a fix. There is an issue. There's a long-standing issue that with the venture propellers, where I don't know if you all know this, but it causes quite a jarring noise. Sometimes the game can glitch out, and your venture propellers can be quite obnoxious. And this mod basically goes some way to fixing that. And as you can tell, I am now using a venture plane, which uses venture props, and it's as clean as a whistle. Absolutely no issues with that. So what effectively what FL Soz has done is taken an unofficial mod that Legionite made. They've officialized it. I don't know if that's a word. Uploaded to the Steam Workshop, and now you can go and enjoy these. So these are all sort of patches and fixes and little tweaks that are community made. I don't know why we've not. I don't know if this is even an issue that our QA team are aware of. But what's happened is the modders have identified an issue with the game, and they wanted to fix it, and they've gone and they fixed it themselves. They've not come to us directly. They've not said, "Hey, I want to fix. Can you go and fix this?" They've just done it themselves, and that is the power of modding. This is really what I wanted to get across. Is I showed it with this skin earlier. That's your starting point. That's if you want to just get into the very very basics of modding. But this is really super advanced stuff. And this is what modding can be, is literally just taking the game and making it a game that you want it to be. So that, if that includes just doing your own fixes, awesome. More of that, please. If this gets enough coverage and, people are happy with it, and we can even look at doing our own version of this. So, what's the other one? So there's a spread, there's a fix to the weapon spread. Now, unfortunately, I can't show a before and after. What I'm going to do is just hit spacebar and see what the spread looks like now, and just take my word for it that this is different from the vanilla version. But the fire, so actually, let me recap what this is. So this is this particular fix is from Firefly Water, and it overrides the Project Fire function to make projectile spread more consistent. So at the minute there's a function, there's a feature with your weapon spread, with your missile spread, that makes it apparently quite inconsistent according to some modders. And what they've done is they've made a mod that fixes it, which this is what it does. Let me get up here and I can hopefully show you a better way that it spreads. So that feels more spread out, right? I realise I'm only using the arc missile pod, but that seems pretty spread, right? Again, forgive me if this isn't working in this, but I just wanted to give a quick overview as to how this whole thing worked. Yeah, so that's it. That's kind of what I wanted to show. There is one more, which is a bit more detail and in depth, but this mod also includes a patch to the TerraTech Steam Workshop loading process to attempt to remove the 50 mod cap. So we implemented, when we introduced mod support, we implemented a 50 mod cap. We thought no one's going to want to subscribe to more than 50 mods. That's ridiculous. Turns out you kind of do, and this mod removes that limit. This mod effectively changes the game and allows you to load more than 50 mods in. If you're into that kind of thing. It seems excessive to me, but then again, what do I know? So go check it out. I've shared the link in chat, so go check that out. Now, those are all the mods. Those are all the mods that I want to show off today. So good work to all the modders, and thanks so much for being part of our lovely community. Darwin did send me a quick DM, so I'm going to showcase that off. Here we go. So, official, hot off the press, the second chapter of the DMS Community Research Grant is awarded to my own proposal for the Jericho Missile from Iron Man 1. Our engineering team immediately got in contact with Stark Industries for a joint venture. The footage below was taken during testing one of our prototypes. Alright, let me just showcase this thing because I think this needs a bit of this needs to be shown a bit of love. One second, everybody. I'll be back in a sec. Hang on. So I'm back. So this is a prototype of the Jericho Missile from Darwin. So this is part of their community research grant, and I mean this is work in progress. Really important to reiterate. This is a work in progress. It is crazy. Go subscribe to their mods. Darwin is the best. We love them very much. Yeah, it is neat. That is a good way to describe it. And actually, that's a really nice bit of detail on the missile. It's got Stark Industries written on it. Beautiful. Right, I'm gonna have to leave it there because I need to shoot off. A bit of a short and sweet one this week. So yeah, thanks for that. Lovely. Right. So next week we'll do another community call. I'll be back in the office and I'm going to drag someone kicking or screaming to join me on next week's stream. So we'll do community call, and then the week after we'll probably have some new stuff to show off. That's always good to do. We do like showing new stuff. Lovely jubbly. Right. Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. Have a great week. Thanks for being awesome. Let me know what you think. Let me see what the final verdict is. Yeah, okay, so 73% of the votes reckon that the resource radar, if it gets added, should go to Geocorp. And I agree with that. Console news. I think we're going to go into certification soon, Shalmania. I think we're ready to put the next console update into certification. So that's going to be lots of fun new stuff for the console players to get their hands on. I think that's quite close. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's all I have from console news. That's all the news that I have. That's all the news that we have. So watch this space. Lovely. All right. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by. And I'll see everybody next week. Take it easy. Bye.